Can y'all do me a favor and watch the room people coming in while I'm
Sure,
going?
sure, sure, sure. Okay. It says I'm
We
waiting for
are
it to
live
pop
on
up.
YouTube now.
Yes, and we got our circle of impact sisters and business partners showing up. I love it. I love it. Hey, Betty and Jackie. Yes, we're going to be getting started. So, y'all still got time to invite some folks so that you can join us because it is our third quarter launch for Be Well Travel and Lifestyle magazine. So, let's go ahead and invite some folks to join us. We're going to be streaming live on YouTube. All righty. All righty. Let me make sure that I don't want to miss any comments. So I'm going to the live. Okay. I'm not seeing it pop up yet. It's going to pop. Oh, okay. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, we out here. We out here. Good, good, good. Let me share this with a few folks. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. All righty. So let me put this on my page and we get ready to check in and get this party started. Put this on my Facebook. Good, good, good. All righty. All righty. Happy Travel Thursday and Be Well Magazine release day. How are you feeling tonight, AJ? Are you excited?
I'm feeling fantastic. I'm so excited. I really am. I get excited every single time. It's only been 2 times, but still, I get super excited. I'm just,
Good, good, good. Well, we are going to get going. We got about one more minute before we officially kick off. Now, Betty Brown, if you're going to be on here, you're going to need to be on camera. I'm sorry that I hijacked your office and you got to join from your phone, but that's just how I roll. So, all right. I see somebody is saying my Shell's note taker. Do we have note takers on here? It looked like maybe Michelle, our Atlanta partner. Oh, okay, she jumped off.
Yeah, that was the AI thing. I removed that.
Oh,
oh,
okay, 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 cool, cool,
She
cool.
might be about to sign on though, so that's probably why I did that.
Okay, I hope she's able to come on. That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. Okay, yes, we got Irene out here already, my Arizona partner. Yep, I'm gonna name her just like Director Denise has us Quiet Storm. I'm gonna start calling Irene our team's Quiet Storm because y'all she making some moves in the background. She's making some moves. She has already got like 15 people that she invited to our Arizona Super Saturday in September. So I'm excited about that. We got Gloria on here. Yep. Okay, Gloria. Thank you. Gloria, thank you so much and congratulations on your launch today. Congratulations. Yes, yes, we're going to be doing double duty here. So I'm going to be on from my phone so that I can make sure I don't miss any comments. My sister always tell me how I don't do good with the comments. I'm about to show her something tonight. I ain't missing not, I ain't missing one comment.
okay.
I'm all in these comments. Because see, just because she got 2 channels monetized, she think that she is super fancy. But I'm about to show her tonight because I figured out how to be on the computer and on my phone. All righty, Mike, you gonna let us know Mike is behind the scenes doing what he do, making
Yeah.
sure that we just show up uh ready to go. Okay, we got Tracy. We got Tracy Watford coming in. Tracy is one of our contributors and she did not submit this time, but y'all can go back and look at some of our articles. But when I tell you she is such an important part of the Be Well community, y'all want to to follow her. She is expanding her travel business tonight. But what I really love about Tracy's brand is I love the fact that her and her mom is in business together. They both are travel agency owners and they are about that travel life. Tracy is a retired educator, and just the blessing of being able to have this part of her journey with her mom is something special. And now, guess who just joined us, y'all? Ask Wendy. Let me ask Wendy this. What's up with your lighting? You a whole superstar tonight, and we need to get you some better lighting. See? You know I'm showing off and talking slick because I hijacked Miss Betty's office. So just because I'm showing up live in a living color, that's how people do. When they figure things out, they start acting crazy with other people. Yeah, now we talking, Wendy. That's better.
Get the glow going.
Yes. So Mike is gonna. Oh, hey, Shamani. Yep. I call her. That's my legacy baby. Y'all stay tuned so y'all can know what we're talking about when we say our legacy babies. We're gonna talk about that tonight. And of course, I will forget. So let me make a note. We're gonna talk about what it means to have a legacy baby.
All set to
All
go.
righty. Is we good to go, Mike?
Good to go.
Okay, let me allow our our new editor-in-chief and the person that you're going to see moving forward, because guess what, I'm excited to be on tonight, but I'm so excited that tonight is going to be my last night hosting. Be Well Travel and Lifestyle is officially being turned over to our editor-in-chief, so I will be behind the scenes, yes, cheering her on. It's time for some new energy here, and she is going to do a fabulous job. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this conversation right over to my sister in success, AJ, our editor-in-chief for Be Well Travel and Lifestyle magazine. Go ahead and take it away.
All right. Thank you so much, Director Carmen, for that gracious introduction. And I am just super excited to be here this evening. Thank you all for coming and celebrating with us. This is one of, it's my second issue, but it is one of my favorites so far. I just feel like each time we do this, it's going to get better and better. I love the aspect of learning more about the women that are a part of this amazing Be Well community. And Tracy, I am so distracted by your hair today. It is giving me life. I'm trying to stay focused, but it looks really, really cute. We missed you in this issue. I hope that you will contribute in the final issue for this year. Y'all, we have a treat for you tonight. If you guys weren't on the 40/40 when we showed just like a little sneak peek, you're going to get to see some of the pages inside of this magazine. We're going to highlight I'm going to highlight some of my favorite content that's inside of the magazine. And so I hope that you guys are going to stick and stay with us. We promise we will not keep you long and we will not let the enthusiasm overtake us. But I want to start off just by saying that that community is so very important to me. And as entrepreneurs, a lot of us maybe came into our businesses as solo entrepreneurs, but becoming a part of the Be Well community has really opened up so many doors and so many opportunities. I've met some amazing, amazing people in this business, and it has certainly enriched my life. And becoming a part of the magazine even gave it more depth. So I'm just happy that Director Carmen trusts me, and that because I know this is her baby, and I'm just happy that she trusts me. And she is really like she's not a selfish quarterback. She is passing that ball left and right, y'all. I feel like Patrick Mahomes, and who's his go-to now? Oh boy, I should know this because that's my team. But anyway, she's throwing me to Kelsey. She's throwing me the ball, right? And I'm happy to receive. So what we're gonna do, I just want to share a couple stories with you, because I see that Ambassador Wendy is on, and she has a feature that runs in every issue called Ask Wendy, which I absolutely love. And because it creates engagement, and some of my travel questions have been answered through her column. She's so very informative. So Wendy, if you're prepared, I would love for you to speak. But before I do that, Director Carmen, I see your hand up. Did you want to add?
I do, because I really want to make sure that people do not miss Ask Wendy, because we are a travel and lifestyle magazine. But I just want people to know about the importance of divine connection. So, AJ, I'm going to ask you to slow down this interview a little bit and tell a
Okay.
little bit about your background, because I want people to connect the dots on who you are before becoming a part of Be Well magazine. Share a little bit about your journey and how you've come to love and have a passion for storytelling and writing and some of the things you've done in your background. And then, Wendy, get ready, because we definitely want to hear from you next.
Okay, yes, let me slow down and quit treating this like it's 40/40 because I recognize all the faces on the screen. When I see familiar faces, I'm like, oh, they know me, they know who I am. But let me just treat it like it's new every single time. So, yes, I do have an extensive background in writing. I started writing and reading at a very young age. In fact, one of the very first books was Green Eggs and Ham. And I memorized the book so well that my mother's friends thought I could read at 3 because I knew exactly when to turn the pages. So I would fake read the book. And then that turned into writing, and I started writing poetry. I won my first poetry contest when I was 6 years old. And so I just have always had a passion for words. And that just followed me throughout my life. There have been times where I kind of left it behind. I spent 10 years in Las Vegas as a vocal entertainer. So I entertained up and down the Las Vegas Strip. There's not a casino that I did not perform in. And I absolutely loved that life, but there was still a vacancy inside of me because I just was not connected to my true purpose. And that didn't happen until I accepted my call into ministry. I am a licensed and ordained minister. And once I accepted my call, my life just took a turn and it just took a shift at that time. And so I transitioned from Las Vegas to St. Louis. Where my dad and my mom had started their own church, and that's how I met Coach Carter, Waniata Carter Foster. I met her because her church was hosting their service inside of my dad's church. And she was interested in writing her own book. In fact, she's on her 3rd book now. I'm so proud of her. And so my dad had her reach out to me. I was at the time in Wichita. And so she reached out and we started talking about this journal that she had on her heart. And then she began to share her business, her travel business with me. And it fell in alignment with what I wanted to do in ministry because I wanted to host retreats. I wanted to plan sabbaticals and I wanted to host writing retreats and workshops. So it piqued my interest. And so, I watched for a while. I watched from afar. I did my research. And at the time, she was going to convention. And it was really convention that sold me because of what I saw while she was at convention. I remember there was this one point where she was sharing video and footage, and it was just all these amazing women that were around her. And so I was drawn to the aspect of community. And when I saw that, I said to myself, the next time this happens, I'm going to be in the room. That's the type of community that I want. I want to be around positive women, powerful women, women in business, who have vision, who understand their purpose, and don't mind mentoring because I had been in the role of mentoring others, but I hadn't had anyone mentor me. And I was really searching for that. And when I tell you I got a slew of mentors when I came into this business, I really did. I love the collaborative spirit that's within this community. And so at that time, I think it was maybe the second or third 40/40, whichever one it was, I was missing it. I wasn't showing up. I kept missing the time that I was supposed to be on the call because at that time, if you weren't in 5 minutes before, you couldn't get in the room. And so Wani called me one day and she was like, "You were supposed to be in the room. Director Carmen was looking for your skill set." And I told her, I said, you know what? I said, if you're in the room, I'm in the room. If I'm in the room, you're in the room. And if this is meant for me, it will come back around. And guess what, y'all? It did. It came back around. Because when 40/40 came again, I made sure to be in the room. And that's, I believe, when Director Carmen began to take notice of me. And I started noticing her like on my posts, commenting, liking. And then one morning she asked me to just host for a few minutes one of the 4040s. I don't know if that was like an interview or what, but after that is when I got the offer to be a part of Be Well Travel and Lifestyle magazine. And it is a perfect example of divine connection. And I just believe that, when things are ordained to happen, they happen, and what's so great about it is I don't believe in missed opportunities, especially when you're prepared. When you're prepared, guess what? Another opportunity is coming along. And sometimes it's better than the one you missed or you didn't get. I just believe some things everything is not meant for us. So I was happy to be in the right place at the right time. This is such a dream come true for me. She had no way of knowing, but I always wanted to write for a magazine. I never imagined becoming an editor, but I always wanted to write. And so I'm so excited about the talent that I have been able to experience through the magazine. I have come across some amazing writers, and I see so much potential. I even see books in the future for some of these women. They have remarkable stories and insights to share. And in this age, we don't have what they call mother wisdom anymore. Remember, there used to be that generation where you could go to that Titus 2 woman and you could get the advice and the support and the encouragement that you need. And we so much need that. We need that village of wisdom around us. And I think Be Well magazine represents that in all aspects, because it's not just about business, it's about lifestyle too. It's about leisure, it's about dreaming. And I just absolutely love that. Am I pacing myself well?
Yes, yes, yes. And that's good. I just wanted to make sure that people understood that the importance of just showing up and how we show up. How we show up. People are always paying attention to your energy. Like, are you showing up? Because AJ is not a person that's extremely vocal, but the way she showed up with 4040, you guys going to learn more about 4040. She came and she spoke when she had something to say. She didn't just jump in and want to always comment. Even like when you show up for things, you go to meetings, you show up on camera, people are always watching you. Like, how are you showing up? So when you show up, be prepared for somebody to say, yes, this is somebody I want to partner with, this is somebody I want to do business with, because you never know who's looking. And I'm saying that from being a person that literally used to go out the house looking plenty crazy. I used to go out the house looking plenty crazy. And then one time my father, who's an entrepreneur, said, if you running a child care, you doing these business, you can't just go out the house looking any kind of way. And not only how we look, but how do we act. So as we prepare to turn it over to Wendy, I want you to know that sometimes you got to have people to have your back, because if you preoccupied, not that you're being mean or unprepared, but you can be preoccupied. And when I met this superstar back in, I think it was like 2017, I met her and I could have totally turned her off from saying, nope, I definitely don't want to partner with her, because I was nervous. I was unfocused. I was at the registration table, and can't nobody tell the story like she can. So I'm going to turn it over so she could tell you a little bit about how we connected and talk about her journey and just her role. She has such an important role in Be Well Travel and Lifestyle magazine. And I know her and AJ is going to do some great things together. Go ahead, Wendy.
Well, before we turn it over to Wendy, I would just like to. I don't know if you guys saw the post that was up, or if you just showed up because you just love us so much. But this quarter's magazine is the Reflection magazine, and I definitely wanted you guys to understand. Look at the cover, isn't it beautiful? Understand this. It's about introspection. It's about dreaming out loud. It's about moving forward with purpose and being mindful.
Nope. I'll be done here in about 10 minutes.
Oh, please mute your mic. Okay. Yes. And so, okay, Wendy, I just wanted to, share the theme for the magazine this quarter, which is the Reflection magazine. Oh, I guess we're going to look through some pages. Okay. Yes, I do have a workshop coming up, but I would like to address that a little bit later. I think Michael is just flipping through some pages. Okay, great. Yeah. So, all right, Wendy, I really love the piece that you wrote about turning your pain into purpose. I covered a little bit about your feature that's in every issue, which is Ask Wendy. But the thing that really connected with me was your article that you wrote about turning your pain into purpose. So just share a little bit about who you are, your background, and then maybe your inspiration or whatever you want to share about the piece that you wrote without giving too much away because we want them to read it.
Absolutely. So thank you so much. My name is Wendy Campbell. I am out of the state of Arizona. I'm a native of Arizona, but I did spend some time in Atlanta, about 17 years, had kids, got married, divorced, not in that order. But then I moved back home so that the girls and I could spend time with our family because most of my family on both sides, my mom and my dad's side, are here in Arizona. And we just didn't travel as much. Growing up, being a single mother, just wasn't an opportunity to travel a whole lot. So we didn't do that. So, when time came for us to, to do something, it just came to me as like, we need to do something. Let's take a cruise. So when my daughter was getting ready to graduate high school, I planned a trip for us and I said, we're going to take this cruise, but we just have to forego everything that we normally would do that year that we would spend money on so that we could go on this cruise. And that's what we did. And we just had the best time. And from that point on, just seeing the excitement on my girls' faces and, the great time we had. We call ourselves the Three Amigos. We just had a blast. I knew I wanted to get into the travel industry. So I found a host agency. The host agency didn't really help me to grow my business, help me understand, how to run the business. So, I got a little bit discouraged, but I found IntelliTravel. So when I came to IntelliTravel with a vast amount of training that they have available, I just loved it. So I became a certified ambassador so that I could help other agents navigate their business because, I just don't want anyone to have to go through, starting their business and then feeling like, they don't know where to go from there or what to do from there. So that's why I became a certified ambassador. And I wasn't really focused on the Planet Marketing side of the business. But I was still working, I was still taking care of my girls, but I needed an additional source of income. So I was thinking about getting another part-time job. And then, the spirit just says, no, there's just another side of the business that you haven't really tapped into. So I called Planet Marketing. I said, is there a meeting or something in the area so that I can connect with someone locally? So I can, I just wanted to build that relationship, be able to build my business, but, put my hands on somebody, and I knew I was out here in Arizona. So I was just really hoping that there was an opportunity for someone to be out here that I could connect with. So they gave me a date and time for a meeting. I went to the meeting. And I was kind of nervous. I was kind of excited. So I went to the table to register. And, I didn't know whether I would register as a guest or as a partner. I knew it was in the travel business. So the young lady at the table asked me if I was a partner. I was like, no. I said, but I'm thinking about getting back into the business. But I do have my IntelliTravel side. And she was like, okay. So she told me how much it was. And I was like, well, can you take a card? Or she was like, no, cash only. I mean, and she was so busy, she didn't even look up. And yes, I'm talking about Direct to Carmen. She didn't even look at me. She was just like, come back when you got $10 type of thing, $10 cash at that. So I went to the ATM, got my $10, came back. And, they did the presentation. I was like, yes, this is where I'm supposed to be. And there were some ladies that were next to me because I didn't know, who I should, sign up with. And there were some ladies that were sitting next to me and both of them said, oh, you need to talk to Carmen. And I was like, man, I hope it's not that lady that was at the front. We go get $10 cash. And it was her. But I tell you, it has been an experience for us. The relationship that we have formed since then has just been amazing. And she's asked me to for an article for Be Well magazine. And we, had some things going on in our organization. We were having some contests and some prizes and things like that. So I went on Amazon and I said, okay, I got some stuff. I got some articles, that I can donate I thought what we were doing as an organization. And she was like, no, an article for a magazine. I was like, oh, an article. I thought you meant something tangible. I'd ordered some cute little passport holders with some luggage tag sets. And I was like, I'm going to donate these, which I thought was for our contest that we were having. But when she asked me to write an article, it just kind of touched my heart because, sometimes people will see something in you that you really don't see. And I guess with all the busyness, I was glad that she was able to see that I was a writer. I journal all the time. My sister and I, we used to write plays when we were kids and, perform them for my mom. So I loved writing. And that's how I ended up writing for Be Well Travel and Lifestyle magazine. And I just love it. And the Ask Wendy column kind of came from my ambassador certification because, people have questions about travel, don't really know what to ask and, or who to ask. You can go on social media or you can go on Google. But, my clients that I talk to, have questions that, because I'm in the industry, I'll know, and I think it's common knowledge, but it really isn't. But it's really an opportunity for the readers of the magazine and just anyone to just get your travel questions answered, whether it's simple. There's no question that, I know this probably stupid question. There are no stupid questions. If you don't know, that's what I'm here for. And that's why I appreciate and like writing about Ask Wendy.
I think that was the first time that I heard the story about how you and director Carmen met, and it is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
And from what I know of her, it's so typical. Like she is direct, honey. Yes.
Yep. Go get your cash and come back.
Also, since I have you on, I did want you also to touch just a little bit on the article that you wrote about turning your pain into purpose.
Absolutely. So it, is definitely, what happened with my mother passing this year has just been so unexpected. Last year I was in Atlanta and, I spent Mother's Day with her and her birthday is around Mother's Day. So, I got to get her birthday gift at the same time. And, losing her this year just kind of made me realize that, maybe, I was taking life for granted. I felt that she was always going to be there. And, there were some situations with, her health care that I didn't have control over, and I wanted to have control over those things, and it didn't, and I couldn't. There were things I wanted to do for her that I couldn't, and it absolutely broke my heart. But it also helped me realize that the opportunity that I have with these businesses, I can make sure that, for anyone in my family and including myself, preparing my girls for, when I transition or, life events that'll happen, with my children and grandchildren are coming up that, we just have to be prepared for it. And financially, I wasn't at that place, but seeing, just having that heartbreak of not being able to help my mom when I wanted to just made me realize that I really have to make this work and I have to make it work for the benefit of all my loved ones that I want to make sure are taken care of.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And I also want to offer you just, I'm so sorry for your loss. I could not imagine. But your perseverance, your resilience, and your willingness to share such a personal, intimate moment with our readers. It's such a great read about how you just transition from the things that are meant to maybe just some people will set them back, but for you, it was just your fuel to, to do more, to be more, and to keep dreaming. And so I just commend you because I know that for me, there's healing in writing as well. And there's healing in reading also. It's a great exchange that happens and takes place. So thank you so much for just sharing so much of yourself and being faithful. One thing I know is that article, if I don't see nothing else, I'm going to see Ask Wendy. I know that for sure.
Absolutely. You're
You know?
welcome. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Well, I just want to highlight since Wendy is our only contributor online. Well, that's not true. We do have another contributor that is online, and she wrote an amazing article. The founder's letter is incredible as well. But I just wanted, if she does not mind, Director Carmen, the article that you wrote about, discovering more and about, living abroad, if you could just touch on that very briefly. I know we have like 3 minutes left, but I would love for you to touch on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just about us stretching ourselves, and sometimes um, we stretch because of circumstances, and a lot of things shifted for me and my mindset from the last elections, and it helped me to start thinking. First, when I thought about relocating and moving, like when I moved to Arizona, I moved there without a plan. I'm very much a free spirit. I don't have to have all the I's dotted and the T's crossed to make a move. I'm a person that's very adventurous, but because of the political circumstances and what's happening in the country, I start connecting with other women who moved abroad and lived in different countries. And so the article is just to stimulate our thinking so that we can start thinking more globally, that this is a big world and we're not, just because we're born one place don't mean we need to stay in that place. So I'm still very much thinking about relocating, but I wanted to just start sparking that level of thinking with the readers of Be Well Travel and Lifestyle magazine, especially for those those of us approaching retirement. So please be sure to take a look at my article and provide some feedback. Thank you for letting me share, AJ.
No problem. Thank you for sharing. And so we're going to wrap things up because we want you to be able to get back to the rest of your evening. But I do want to just go over a couple of things. If you are not subscribed to Be Well Travel and Lifestyle magazine, please go ahead and subscribe. Visit our website, bewellmagazines.com. And it's a the digital copy is free. Share it with your friends. Encourage them to subscribe as well. We would so appreciate it. And what I would love to implement is a feedback. We would love to hear from you. We want to hear, your ideas and what you would like to see in the magazine, because we always want to be a reflection of our readers. And so I'm probably going to set something up like that for 2026. Also, I want to just highlight that we are running a couple of specials for this issue. We're creating a directory. So like you can feature your business in the magazine. I believe the cost is $75, but there's some great opportunities for you to partner with us and leverage your business, amplify your brand. And so we want to encourage you to do that as well. We're still looking for spotlight features. I'll go into just a little bit of detail about what that is. And that is that you would get a 500-word article in the magazine. You also will get a full page ad. I don't know if you saw when you were looking, if you noticed that those beautiful designs from We Merge Media, led by Michael Damon, colorful and bright, you will get a full page. That's great landscape in a magazine, as well as one YouTube video, which you'll be interviewed by me. And I think it's 4 social media posts. So that's a great exposure. When you partner with us, it just leverages you in a way. It creates evergreen content. You become connected with us. So I don't know if you know this, but Google indexes magazines, right? And so that means every time that Be Well comes up, your business will come up as well. Your information will come up as well, which will lend to your credibility and your authority. So just keep that in the back of your mind. If you're interested, you can reach out to Director Carmen or myself, or I believe you can reach out to Michael too. I'm not sure about who does what just quite yet, but I think I got that right. Also, our other publishing partner is not here, Kimberly Caldwell. You can reach out to her as well. I don't know if I dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's, but I'm going to ask Director Carmen to just finish up whatever I may miss. But again, so much for joining us this evening. Also, one last thing, I'm going to plug myself. I'm hosting a 3-day masterclass called Passport to Prose. So even if you're not a writer, if you never thought about, publishing your work, or maybe you think that your writing is not good enough, this is the perfect opportunity for you to take this 3-day masterclass with me. I'm going to walk you through the process. I'm going to show you how to take those amazing stories about things that happened to you while you were on your travel adventure and turn that into a readable, enjoyable article within the magazine. The cost is $90 for 3 days. I'm going to give you feedback, and I'm going to teach you how to pitch in case you decide you want to, be published in other magazines. Okay, so if you're interested in that as well, you can scan the code, or you can just visit me on, go to my page on Facebook, and there should be a link there as well. All right, I think that's about it. I think I covered everything. Whatever I missed, Carmen, you could just clean it up for me.
Yes, no, you did a fantastic job, actually, AJ. I just want to give our contributor who normally always submits an article, Tracy Wofford, an opportunity to introduce herself. And then we have two of our Circle of Impact members and good friends and business partners, Jackie Delane and Betty Brown. If you ladies can take about 30 seconds, less than a minute, just to introduce yourself. We appreciate you showing up and supporting tonight. So Tracy, go ahead and introduce yourself and let people know how they can connect with you.
Thank you, Coach Carmen. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tracy Watford, and I am a sideline partner with AJ and Coach Carmen. You can reach me at tracywatford.com. I have my website up and running, and I look forward to connecting with you there. My website focuses on my travel business as well as my the rest of my organization. And I write also, of course, so you can catch some of my blogs there too. So thanks, Director Carmen, for giving me a chance to just greet the people.
Absolutely. Thank you. And next, I want Jackie Delane to go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jackie Delane, and I reside in the state of Illinois. I am a frontline partner with the fabulous Director Carmen Ray, and I have been with this business for 8 years now. We came across each other on a Facebook post that she made. So when some people ask, does social media work? Yes, it absolutely works. So I am enjoying this. I love the Be Well magazine. I think they're showing my Facebook page. You can also find me on Instagram under Jackie D underscore unapologetically, and you'll hear more about that at a different time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jackie. Thank you. And now you're going to hear from my sister in success, Betty Brown, who is in her makeup room because I kicked her out of her office. So that's why I'm all bright. But she is in her makeup room. And so, Betty, please, thank you for allowing me to use your office, please. I appreciate it. And go ahead and introduce yourself, Betty.
Hi, my name is Betty Brown, and I live in Lithia Springs, Georgia. And I just feel so honored to have met Carmen. And I met her through my sponsor, Jackie Delane, who just spoke. And Jackie and I were friends, longtime friends for 50, 60 years. We don't want to go that far and tell our age, but I and Mike is helping me put a lot of things together. TikTok, IG, and so I'm not giving out my address yet, but I'll be permanently following these ladies. And I do have a degree in nutrition, and I used to do retreats and things like that as well. So I have a lot to offer. I just hold it back because I didn't want to get, I didn't want to get involved in that at this time. So I'm focusing on travel and building. And but I definitely love the organization. I love the people here, and I'm just excited to be a part of it.
Fantastic. So, guys, so as you can see here, when you hear us talking about travel and you hear us talking about business, we first and foremost, we're in the people business. We're building real serious friendships, relationships, and the thing that we all have in common is that we believe in traveling better for less, and we believe in multiple streams of income, and we also believe in creating a lifestyle that we're not constantly being burned out. So if you hear from or see any of these ladies giving you an opportunity to partner with them, you really want to take a serious look. That's what this is all about, because one of my sayings is retirement is about income, it's not about age. And so I want to make sure that we are well prepared and we're able to enjoy life as we navigate the second half of our life. Thank you so much for joining us. You guys are going to be hearing so much more from AJ. Thank